Hello, everybody. This is
the Alvin and Gurmit Show. Thanks. My name is Alvin Wood.
And my name is Gurmit Singh.
We hope to bring you some joy and some laughs, funny experience, very funny experience and stories.
And as promised, this is part 2 of
Show. Shall we start the show? Sure, yeah.
Hey everyone, it's time to have some fun. So come along, our journey's just begun. Fun stories that we'll share with you. Do all the things that we wanna do. So sit back, relax, and just go with the flow. It's the Alvin and Gurmit Show.
Welcome back to part 2
Yes.
of this episode called Show. Tell me what happened after your Live on 5 debut on TV, because that was a big thing for you.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. A couple of things happened. During that, my fame shot up, and I quickly found that I could not walk on the streets without being pointed at or called at.
Right.
And it was only because the show was popular, yes, but the marketing was another thing. Because before the show came on, if you were watching a Channel 5 show, during the commercial breaks, there'll be the commercials, but then there'll be suddenly one commercial slot that will say, hi, I'm Gurmit Singh.
Right.
Maybe one by one, 4 person will come and say, hi, I'm Gurmit Singh. So after a while, people started thinking, who is this Gurmit Singh who keeps interrupting my commercials?
Right.
So by the time I came on and did the show Live on 5,
Right.
oh, this is Gurmit Singh, because we didn't know who he was. Right?
Okay,
So that's
because
why
it
it
was
went.
building up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Live on 5 went on for 9 months, and during the course of the show, we did skit, we did hosting, we did stuff like that. The company realized, the station realized that I can do comedy too.
You were doing characters during, was it Live on 5 or was it?
Very minimal,
Yeah.
not many yet.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, we had one where we were supporting the WWE coming to Singapore.
Ah.
So I dressed up as a referee, and then we got 2 audience from the studio to come out and pretend to be wrestlers.
Oh, okay.
And I became, you win, the kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they realized that, this guy is not just a host, he can actually act comedy.
Right.
It's quite a funny
Okay.
joker.
Yeah.
So when Live on 5 wrapped up, they said, let's do something comedy. And that's when they decided to do a show called Gurmit's World.
Okay.
So I played different characters.
Yes.
We broke it down to, the first season was just different random sketches. Like me as a judge, or me as a waiter, or me all that. And then this was superimposed with other characters that were the mainstay, 6 different characters.
Right.
And of the 6, one of them was Phua.
Oh, okay. So
Right,
it actually started from there.
Start from there.
Right. Okay.
Gurmit's World.
So there was like a little test bit before you actually
Yeah.
went into a full sitcom.
Right. So after every week, right, the show finishes. The next day, we'll get the AC Nielsen ratings,
All right.
and they'll tell us, which group watched what and all that. and
Was
what's the
there a
ratings.
DC Nielsen?
Don't have.
Okay.
Only AC.
Right.
DC. I still don't know what the AC stands for. Actually, I never asked. So we will find out all the ratings for the show. Last night's episode was so and so and so. But we realized there was a pattern. Every time Mutu or PCK was on that episode,
Goes up.
it goes up,
Ah.
even double.
So that's an indicator.
Right.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
great.
why they decided to do PCK the sitcom. They finally did. Yeah.
So when PCK started, how many seasons did it go on for?
10.
Yeah.
PCK Private Limited, 8. And then Sendram Berhad,
Yes.
which was shot in KL.
Yeah, correct.
Another 2.
Wow.
So 10 years.
That's a long time.
It is a long time, but
Yeah.
it was very fun to play. In fact, people ask me, so how now you're off season? I have not been off season because I still play Portugal.
You still play Portugal at corporate events.
Corporate events,
appearances.
COVID vaccination,
Yeah.
SARS virus.
Yeah,
right?
that one was
Right.
quite popular.
Right.
You went overseas as well. Then people actually noticed the videos that you
Right.
sent out. And it's such a good idea. Even though some people say, why are you using Singlish?
Well, it's us, right, isn't it? Let's embrace it. I'm advocate for Singlish.
Yes.
But here's a little thing about Portugal. People thought that it was like a smooth sailing, but it wasn't. I can actually say that Portugal almost didn't happen.
Wow.
When we started doing the sitcom, right, started rehearsing and all that, the salespeople, marketing people would go out to corporates to get sponsorship.
Right.
That's how we make our money, right? Revenue. Every one of them turned us down
Oh.
because they said, low
What kind of
class,
show is this?
Low class,
Yeah.
Singlish.
Yeah.
I know he rips off his own client.
Yeah.
our branding doesn't align with the show.
Yeah.
And when we went on air, every episode could have been our last because we were bleeding money.
Right.
So we were just waiting for management to say, enough, okay, stop, forget it.
Right.
But while we're doing that at the same time, we had a submission to the Asian Television Awards.
Mm.
And we won for Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Comedy. And we beat Under One Roof, that had been king in those days.
And speaking of Best Actor and Best Actress, what was so interesting and exciting for us was the Best Actress.
Oh, yes.
Was Irene Ang.
Irene Ang, yes.
And she happened to also be from the same school that we were from back.
She's actually my younger sister's good friend.
Yeah.
They were in the same NPCC, and I was an officer.
That's right.
And I trained her and everything.
Yeah, correct.
And I had no idea she was in the show until I turned up for the script read.
That's amazing because what I know is Irene was doing the Wabi.
Wabi is a guy or girl who is in front of the studio audience before the main cast comes in and warms them up so that they're all happy and laughing and know what to do, like clap hands and all that.
That's right. And then suddenly she was offered a role to be the Phua Kang's wife, right? Rosie, yeah. So when I heard, wow, our Outram students are acting together as the main lead for the show, I was like, whoa, that was great. I thought that was really fantastic. And what was also interesting that he also found out was one day there was a requirement to have a double of Phua Kang for one of the episodes. I couldn't remember, quite some time ago.
I think it was episode 67.
Right. Then he come, hey, you want to do a double? Yeah, sure. So I actually had to dress up as Phua Kang with the mole and the hair and sort of thing. Then I came his double. So I don't know what happened to it. So maybe somewhere in the archive somewhere you can find it. So
search for it.
Yes.
Hire a detective.
It's somewhere
out there.
Yes. So I mean, Phua Kang was a big success, and I think that really put you through many years. Doing that.
Yeah. It's been such a blessing.
Yeah. Talking about my smaller
No. Every one of us have important parts to play.
Yeah. So I was doing my company Encore. So we do a lot of shows, and I started off doing mascot shows, corporate events, and that's when I became a professional MC. So I never really thought myself as an MC.
In Haw Par Villa, you didn't host any shows?
I did, but I wasn't always doing
it.
Yeah. So, but when the time came, I think it was the mental preparedness to just do it. Like if opportunity knocks, you just do it. You don't think so much about it and second guess yourself.
Yeah.
If you can, you just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, at most you fail and then you do it again.
Yeah.
Right? And keep improving yourself. And I've never stopped learning, and I've never stopped developing new things along the way. So of course, as the years went by, you do bigger things or more interesting things. And one of the more interesting things that I've done is to be part of the team that went to Japan to represent Singapore at the World EXPO 2005. That was in Aichi, Nagoya. Right? So we had a pavilion, a Singapore pavilion with 100 over countries represented over there.
Right.
Besides the corporate pavilions and all that, and it was an exciting place. If you know the World EXPO, it happens once every 5 years. And
it's not a yearly thing.
No, it's once every 5 years.
Wow, that's a long time to wait.
So a country will be awarded, and then they will set up a space for all the other countries to set up pavilions there, and people from around the world will come and visit and showcase the best of your country there.
Right.
So we happened to be part of the team for World EXPO 2005, and we were only slotted to do the opening ceremony, National Day show, closing ceremony. That's about it. You know, that was what the plan was. So we did it, and the interesting part was the Japanese loved the show that we produced. Of course, I arranged all the music, wrote the songs and all that, so I produced for them. We had our Singapore performers go to Japan to perform, and they did a great show. Everybody was like, wow, this is Singapore show, you know, really. And the Japanese media loved it. They played it on TV, on the different stations every day, every day. So much so, there was a demand for the show. But there wasn't any plan for the show. Not at all.
No.
Yeah. So next thing we knew, STB who was heading that project at that time. They called us and said, hey, look, we need to commit full-time performers for the next 5.5 months or so. Everyday shows. Every day. So it became this operational thing. it was so popular that Singapore was awarded number 2 spot among the world's countries that were represented there. That's a big feather in our cap. We all enjoyed being part of it. Until today, we still have friends that we made in Japan.
Wow.
And the interesting part was I wrote a song called It's Time for Sayang Sayang, which is one of my Peranakan songs. And it was part of the show. And unofficially, that became the theme song for our Singapore pavilion because all the Japanese go there, they will start singing the song, It's Time for Sayang Sayang. I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
So I thought it was pretty cool. Until today, they can sing the song. I was like, wow, yeah, it just left an impression on them.
I mean, that's testimony to your songwriting and your creativity, isn't it? Because these are the true feedback that you get. And then you know, okay, thanks very much. I all this hard work, all these years, all this self-doubt now is gone because you have come and validated it, isn't
Correct.
it?
But it's also because of many years of trying and trying and trying and trying.
For sure.
You know, I'm no way a successful songwriter or producer. I'm really a nobody. But I've done a lot. And I've done things that, you know, made people happy.
Yeah.
Or make people sing.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I've been doing is to promote the Peranakan culture.
Because you are Peranakan.
I'm a Baba and you are a?
Babu.
Yes.
And in my home, there's a pet baboon. No, there isn't. Please. Don't send the police. Don't send the police, please. Don't.
Actually, baboon is part of my surname, Un. But anyway. So anyway, one of the things that I love is my culture. I'm Peranakan. So I started Peranakan Sayang. So Peranakan Sayang is I love Peranakan, Sayang is love.
Right.
So we do a lot of events, we do performances, anything related. And we're very strong on social media. So there's a lot of social media following to outreach to the many different Peranakans around the region, around the world. And so I even have a group which we are like a cultural pop group. So we've been performing gigs, festivals,
nice,
concerts. We've even staged our own concerts and we've performed around the world as well. And of course, these days I'm a YouTuber.
Sheba! Hey, what? This is YouTuber, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And I do a lot of parodies, right? Parodies, funny songs. But some of them with very important messages that goes across. So when the song, quite a few of the songs have gone viral, like the one that had attracted most attention was a case in, I believe it was 2016, when we had problems getting our infantry vehicles, Terex vehicles that were stuck in Hong Kong. They were coming from Taiwan, coming back to Singapore.
Okay.
And it got stuck in Hong Kong. So 9 of our vehicles got stuck over there. And the authorities confiscated the vehicles. And despite their diplomatic efforts, they did release the vehicles.
Even after that?
Yeah. So there was a standoff. So our government was appealing for them to release, but they would not. So I wrote a song about it.
Right.
Why you take my Terex Chia? Chia is a Hokkien word for car, right? Yeah. Why you take my Terex Chia? So it was very Hokkien kind of sing-song kind of thing. Right. But it had Malay in it. There was in Tamil words in it, Chinese were Hokkien. It was a very mishmash, very Singaporean sing-song. Right. I didn't think too much about it. I just wrote the song and as a social comment about the situation, the standoff between the two things. So I wrote it and then I put it on YouTube, and then next thing you know, I woke up next day, it was viral. Like so many people watched the video. But the thing was, the media caught attention, and all the different media outlets started writing about this song. They called it music diplomacy, reaching out diplomatically through music,
right? Which
was great. So all the medias like BBC Media, some of the Malaysian media, so even the Hong Kong Free Press, they featured the song. And one of my friends who was living in Hong Kong, he's a Singaporean, he called me and said, brother, this is the first time I hear a Singapore song on national TV in Hong Kong. I said, wow. He said, what are you? I said, I don't know. But I had interviews and all that, so people were talking to me. And the best part was, 2 weeks later, the vehicles were released.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's true music diplomacy.
Yeah. So basically, what I believe to be is because of the media attention, it didn't look good, right? So the best way to solve this issue is to release the vehicles and move on.
Yeah, go and buy your own.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that song helped to mediate the situation and solve the whole problem. And that's how music can be powerful, right?
Right.
We can do what we are good at doing and make it for the better of everybody.
No, I truly believe that when we do our shows, right, whether it's a song or a musical or a performance, a skit or drama or whatever, I think hopefully the end game is that somebody who's watching that can take something back.
Yeah.
And say in a positive way.
Correct.
You know?
We'll pass it on.
Yeah.
And then that person will do something positive and pass it on to somebody else.
Which is exactly what we're doing here right now as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because we want to spread some positivity, some love, some interesting stories, so that people, learn and be inspired, maybe.
If you don't learn anything, at least you're in the right mindset. Because I haven't learned anything yet. So at least hopefully this show puts you in a different mindset. Maybe you came here watching angry, or you're upset, or disturbed, or sad, or negative, right? But after watching the show, maybe it's put a little smile here, like a fish hook smile.
Do as much as you can what you love to do. And
without doing it at the expense of others, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Not. Yeah, we have to be
Without
positive all the time.
But I just said it anyway.
Yeah.
So this has been part 2 of Show.
Yeah. We've come to the end of this episode.
Chill, dude! I'm not angry.
No, I'm not angry.
Oh, not angry. I thought you were angry.
Emphasis, no emphasis.
Sorry. Wow, big word.
Thanks. Yeah. Wow. I'm so proud of myself. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show.
But here's the question. We were hoping, but let's ask them. Did you enjoy the show? Did you really enjoy the show? I mean, if you did, can you just write it down in the comments?
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed the show.
Yeah. And if you didn't enjoy the show, why you didn't enjoy the show?
Yeah, tell us. Give us a 3-page answer why you didn't enjoy the show.
3 page only?
Yeah, 3 pages.
Not 4.
No,
Okay. 3 page.
Anyway, right. Our closing tagline is this. Listen up.
Common sense
Oh,
is like deodorant.
yes. The ones who need it most never use it.
It's true.
Oh, it's not me. Okay, I thought it was me.
Bye.